Welcome to the 2021 Street Parking Vault. The Street Parking Vault is a one workout a week for 25-week series with the goal to help street parking members build consistency.
This, however, is the beginning of round 2. If you have done this before, this is your opportunity to retest the workouts or try a different version.
Customize these movements and choose a version that fits your ability. Your scores and weights don't matter. The goal is to maintain consistency from week to week. You just can't miss.
If this is your first time doing this workout, click on the link below, which will take you to the original version that breaks down all of the customizations, tips, as well as all the different versions of the workout.
All right, everybody, welcome back to round 2 of the 2021 Street Parking Vault. It is week 9, and we've got Rhea this week. Now, Rhea, if you remember from last time, is meant to be a sprint. The goal time is 9 to 15 minutes, and that's a pretty big range, but even our live testers, Julian and Nicole, last time were both under the 9-minute mark, finishing around 7 to 8 minutes. So if that was you last time, we want to encourage you guys to push it a little bit this time. The very first place that you can go if you want to do the same version is to add a little bit of weight. Now, of course, in the extra challenge, there's also the option to do more double unders or more dumbbell hopovers. So instead of 40, you can do 60 this time. Maybe you avoided double unders altogether last time, but you've been working on them. This would be an opportunity for you to see how the double unders go for you. Maybe you don't try to do all 40, but you say 30, I think I can make it and I can still make it in the goal time. Now, as always, we want you guys to practice your fitness freedom. So maybe you're the type of person that thinks, I think I can do more weight, but my double unders aren't quite strong enough yet to raise the number all the way up to 60. Totally fine. Do the extra challenge weight, but keep the double unders at 40. Mix and match the versions and even the written and extra challenge versions within each version to make it work for you, but always making sure that you challenge yourself. Now, all of that advice is for people who are on the low end of the goal range or under the goal time. If you were over 12 minutes, I would encourage you not to change anything up at all if you want to see if you've just improved with the same version. So shoot to be under 12 or maybe even under 11 minutes this time. Really push the pace. This workout is uncomfortable from the beginning, but it is meant to be done fast and as unbroken as possible. So keep that in mind, come out hot and just try to hold on. If you were over the goal range last time, over 15 minutes, maybe even creeping up to 17, 18 minutes, figure out which portion of the workout kind of threw you off. Did you try to do double unders when you weren't really ready for it and you were missing a lot and it was really slowing you down? Rather than doing that again, I would encourage you to do the dumbbell hopover version and feel the stimulus that this workout is meant to have. So do what you need to do this time, lower the weight or change the option for the double under to the dumbbell hopover so that you can finish this workout closer to around that 12-minute mark. And the last option that you can do is change your strategy up a little bit. We saw on our very own live that Nicole came out a little bit too hot and she ended up dying toward the end. So maybe her strategy this time is to have a more even pace throughout. Julian, on the other hand, he tended to pick up the pace toward the end. He could have gone with a heavier weight. So figure out, maybe I'm gonna try to do all the reps unbroken this time because I didn't last time, or the opposite, I tried to do them all unbroken and it didn't work for me. Each person is different, just try something new. And keep in mind that if you do switch the equipment that you're using this time, dumbbell squat cleans and barbell squat cleans are a completely different animal, so expect that to feel different when you go to do it. And for my shift crew, if you did shift last time and you want to do shift again this time, you're not quite ready for program A, what I want to encourage you to do, even though it's not the way that it's written, is to try to start to mix and match program A and shift. So instead of just doing 20 taps or hopovers or single unders, take that number up to 30. And instead of doing the hang power cleans and then the goblet squats, try out doing a hang power clean plus a front squat each time for 8 reps per round. Something like that will feel a little bit more like the regular version. Keep it to that 10-minute AMRAP and see if you can still get the same score.
All right, we're here doing Rhea. Really excited about this one. The last time I did this workout, I was fortunate enough to do it with Nicole, and we had some heavy stakes on it. And let me tell you, it really, really hurt. I remember doing 115. We went under the goal time for that. At least I did. I don't know what Nicole did. But for Rhea, I'm going to go heavier this time around. Not worried about somebody next to me trying to win a $100 Red Robin gift card. I'm going to still try to go under. I'm going heavier so I can stick within the goal time. I'm going to try to get it done under 10 minutes, actually. So we'll see how that goes. This is one of those workouts where I'm going to stick with the barbell. I really enjoyed it. And because if I went with like a sandbag or dumbbells, I'm not really going to challenge myself too much. If anything, I'll probably shoot with going faster, which is not the point of this workout, right? So, at least for what I did last time. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to definitely break this up a little bit more often than I did previously, just to allow my grip to rest a little bit, and so my lower back doesn't get tight either. That's what tends to happen when I start hitting the 135 weight, and it's for like, multiple reps if I try to string it along. So I did do a pretty good warm-up. I feel pretty okay, more than normal. And yeah, let's get after it. Here we go.
And here we go, Rhea, take 2. What do you think about this workout?
Gosh, I have some. There's some trauma associated with this workout. It burned.
Yes, it does.
It does. So Rhea is 5 rounds of 40 double unders or dumbbell hopovers and 12 squat cleans. The goal is 9 to 15 minutes, and as Julian said before, he exceeded the goal or maybe preceded the goal time.
Let's say crushed the goal.
He crushed the goal by like 2 minutes, which is why he's going a bit heavier. He also is doing the extra challenge double under reps, which is 60.
That's a lot of double. Well, for me, that's a good amount of double unders right there.
Yeah. For Julian, I think it's a hop in the park.
A hop in the park. Oh, Alex, get it.
Oh, so on paper, I think this workout looks super simple and maybe even a little easy.
Yeah.
And the reason why the goal time is maybe it's not as aggressive as it could have been, but we want you guys to be sprinting from start to finish, basically. Not so much peacocking, but pushing the pace from the start, which is going to make this a deceptive workout. It might look easy, but it is going to hurt pretty early on.
Yeah, I 100% agree with the fact that it will hurt pretty early on. Honestly, squat cleans. That they're gonna get you. That is a big movement. There's a lot going on there, and after a couple of those, you feel good initially, but next thing you know, you're on number 12 and thinking, what is going on?
Absolutely. And I did want to mention, because Julian is doing the double under version, and many of our members will likely be doing that as well, squat cleans tend to light up your quads. It's
True.
A lot of time and attention, not only just pulling the bar up, but then having to pass through the squat and come up to standing with it. So what ends up happening is your jump gets shorter and shorter, more and more fatigued, and you don't really realize it, but over the course of 40 double unders, if you find that you are tripping up frequently or more frequently than you typically would, I want you to really focus on an explosive jump. Be intentional about pushing off of the floor during the double under, because that could be the one thing that's kind of holding you back if you typically are proficient with double unders.
Yeah. What are some other things other than double unders that people could do?
So the next best option, and honestly as good of an option as double unders, are the hopovers.
Don't sleep on those hopovers. Those are tough.
I mean, for someone proficient at double unders, hopovers, I would say, are slightly more challenging.
Yeah.
Cardiorespiratorily, I think.
Cardiorespiratorily?
Yeah, that's a word. Yeah, I mean, they're not quite as skill-based, but because of that, you can move continuously, and they really tend to spike your heart rate up. I actually have this little trick that I do where I only count the even number. Because they're almost always programmed in an even number, since you want to hop both directions an equal amount of time.
Right.
So just taking out that one count, that odd count, allows me to focus more on my breathing so that I can kind of relax. And I don't want to so much say use it as a rest time, because let's be honest, it's not a rest time.
Yeah.
But I can at least approach the barbell or the dumbbells or the sandbag, whatever implement I'm using, with a little bit more focus, a little bit more calm. But yeah, hop overs for sure are by far the next best option, even over single unders, like double rep single unders.
Yeah.
That's still a great option, and if that's what you want to do, go for it. Fitness freedom. But for the intensity we're looking for with this workout, if you don't have double unders or you're not proficient at them and can't get those 40 reps done in 45 seconds or less, definitely go with the hop overs.
Yeah, I think the double unders are also really good too, because it kind of more closely mimics the height you would have to get with the jump of a double under than just doubling single unders.
Yeah, for sure. And then let's talk about the squat clean. So
let's talk about the squat clean.
With a movement like this, it can be tempting to kind of, I say, like shorten the up of the movement, where the bar maybe passes your knees and you're already pulling yourself under. But one thing you want to make sure you're doing is driving hard and fast through the legs, opening up your knees and your hips.
Yeah.
Almost like I like to think about trying to touch my head to the ceiling. And then once I've reached that kind of maximum height, I'm using the weight of the bar to pull myself under. I always say it's like a race to the bottom. I'm trying to beat the bar down. Catch it at the shoulders, and then stand up with a nice tight belly, a good proud chest like you see Julian has here.
Nice proud chest.
Like a gallo.
Like a gallo, for sure.
Another thing, guys, you probably typically see Julian working out with his shirt off. With a squat clean workout or clean workout, he tends to keep his shirt on because
why is that?
It absorbs the sweat and is less likely for the bar to want to slip down off his shoulders, which is common with a heavy squat clean. So
and he doesn't want to wear his chesty sports bra today, so he's going to leave on the shirt. Makes sense.
His chesty sports bra is in the wash right now.
Makes sense.
Had to keep the shirt on.
Let me tell you, this workout, right about now at this point, 6 months ago, doing this workout, I was dying, like literally dying. Do you have any recommendations to not die so quickly in this workout? Because it is a short workout, so it's not good to be 5 minutes in, 6 minutes in, and just ready to pass
hitting
out.
a wall.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned before, finding something for the double under or the hop overs that allows for you to breathe, some kind of tip or focus so you can relax during that time. For the squat cleans, not holding your breath. Again, a lot of this is about breathing. When we hold our breath, our heart rate tends to spike.
Yeah.
And then we quickly go into like oxygen debt, where the second we do start breathing again, our body's trying to compensate for the time that we weren't breathing and what our muscles weren't getting oxygen. So being intentional, I find, about exhaling, not so much inhaling. You're gonna suck air in. I promise.
You'll get that air somehow.
Get that air in.
Yeah.
What we tend to do is shorten the exhale. So breathe out, especially as you're coming up out of the squat. Make sure you're inhaling as you lower the bar to the ground. And then if you are challenging yourself with weight, as Julian is now, breaking wisely.
What would you say is a good setup for when to break if you are challenging yourself with the weight?
I would say I like when reps descend.
Yeah.
With something like this, I'm thinking like 4-3-3-2, maybe 5-4-3. Maybe you start with 5-4-3, and then as you fatigue, you can drop a rep or so, and then add a set in. But yeah, breaking, not for long, just long enough where you can take some big deep breaths, kind of refocus, and then get back to your implement.
Say someone last time was doing shift and they want to kind of tip their toes into the Program A or Program B waters. What would you recommend for them to switch up shift to a different version?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one thing you could do is, because 20 single unders or 20 taps is written into shift, you can increase that to 30, which is a kind of an in-between between shift and A. And you can also do 8 hang power clean plus goblet squat. So clean the weight to your shoulder, do a squat. That's 1 rep.
Okay.
Do that 8 times instead of separating those 2 movements.
Nice. So like a little in-between action between the shift and the Program B or Program A version of that squat clean. Do a little hybrid.
Yeah, and because you are doing slightly more reps, the goal could still be to match your previous score. I don't think you need to worry about exceeding it, but definitely matching. So it looks like he's about to wrap up. Much more spot on as far as the goal is concerned with this one. He did a great job.
And he did say that he wanted to go sub 10 and add, because he was adding the weight, he was looking to get nice. He was looking for each round to take him 2 minutes approximately, so he even beat that portion of it, which is a great job. He was breaking up those reps early on, knowing that the heavier weight was going to be harder to manage over time. And he looked solidly spent. He went for it again, just with much more weight.
Yeah. And while he's catching his breath, the last little tip I want to give, you guys may have noticed those last few reps, his chest was starting to fall. You could tell it was getting a lot more difficult to stand that weight up. So one quick cue, if you can muster the thought, is to lead out of the squat with your elbows. That'll help to keep your chest up, keep your back safe, keep your torso upright out of those squat cleans. So lead with the elbows. And well, we hope you guys crush this one if it's your first time or if you're redoing it.
All right, guys, let's go to Julian for some tips, see what he has to say about this workout.
All right, so it went better than I thought it was going to. They would keep it at 8:53, so I think like minute 50 behind the 115 weight. Differences, I broke it up into multiple sets depending on what round it was. I went 6, I think 3-3, and that was like, oh, okay. I mean, instead of 6, puts you in a position where it kind of takes a lot out of you. Then I went like 3-3-3, and that felt pretty good. And I jumped it up to like 4, and then like random 3-3-2, I think. So by the time I got to the 4th round, I knew which rep scheme worked the best for this workout. So I went back to, I think, 3s, and then I just went the best I could in the last round. So whatever I had left in the tank. So one of the biggest things that I would say, you have to pay attention to how your body's feeling, because there's a workout you can easily get really sloppy and ugly in. It's not what we want. We're trying to stay away from that as much as possible, especially when you have like weight in your hands, right? Don't, open up the hips all the way. I think I heard Alex talking about it, where a lot of people tend to, just because they want to go faster, not focus on the extension. But the cons to that, so pros, you go faster. Cons, good luck, you're gonna probably light up your lower back, and then that might affect you in the later part of the workout. Where if you're opening up and slowing down just a little bit, at least your position's really good. You're able to kind of let some, catch your breath, and it's not really, you're waiting for, your lower back to kind of not be throbbing as much. So I felt pretty good about paying attention to that in this workout. So I encourage you to do that. I think the 3s, if you're choosing to go heavier, just in general, I think sets of 3, quick sets are pretty good. Dubs, just try to go as few sets as possible. That's gonna be your recovery time. You have to learn how to catch your breath, because if you're one of those people that hold your breath during the double unders, you're gonna really suffer on the barbell, because a lot of people tend to hold their weight or hold their breath on the barbell as well. It's all about learning how to breathe to last longer in the workout. So this was a great adjustment. I felt good about it. That's it. Good luck. Have fun with it. Remember, it's not all about increasing your time, going faster in the workout. Focus on being efficient and learn something new every single workout as best you can, okay? Have fun with Rhea.